welcome the opportunity of speaking on this. I want to agree with Deputy Renee O'Connor about the septic tanks around the country, that if you didn't register, I think it was a £5 at the time you had to pay. That's, you know, right, if it's €20 now because you were late at registering, fine. But at the end of the day, we should look at one thing, water quality. And I think that I'd ask you, Minister, in fairness to you, to look at that, because it's stupid a council going out doing the 5% they're doing a year, then have you this done, have you the £5 paid if you happen to a good look, and then it won't be done. There's no point in saying it will be done. So we should look at the end game on how we solve the problem, and I would ask you to look at that, or the department, and look at if it's 4 times the £5, you know, fine. We're not going to go jumping up and down about it, and it needs to be done. Second of all, I come from an area where the Call Islands River is one of the most pristine in Ireland, and it comes through agricultural land that them all give out about, and it comes through bogs that them all give out about, and ironically enough, the part to it when it goes into Ballymoe, where Irish Water has the sewerage, is the section that it gets. And now, in fairness to them, they're going to do an upgrade. So, but it's sad that that little piece of 100 yards is actually damaging the reputation of the rest of the river, which is miles long, and it's there in any report that it's one of the most pristine in Ireland. We have trouble in some rivers, no point in saying we haven't, and we need to have good quality water. I'm the chairman of a group water scheme myself, so you have your buffer zones around it, and you make sure that you get water as clean as possible. But like, one thing that needs to be addressed, there is a lot of small villages right around this country that doesn't have Irish water in them, and if they don't have Irish water in them, and they don't have a sewage scheme, they can get no grant aid now. So the septic tanks will be going down, and they'll go down into a river, and there's no point in we cutting ourselves. That's happening. Also, you know, in some of the larger middle-sized towns in the west of Ireland, Deputy Ring will know them as good as I know them, Irish Water needs to speed up in putting in the infrastructure for putting in sewage treatment plants. And like, they're a quicker job now than they were one time. You can add sections onto tanks, even if you had, and what's happening in some areas, that with the boom when we had it, that more houses were built. So the amount of houses going into it, the treatment plants weren't fit to cater for it. And all you have to do is add sections onto the septic or the treatment plants. It's straightforward work. But they need to speed up at it, and that's how you'll get the likes of the EPA. The EPA at times they come out with the bad report all the time. I saw them in the bogs. They were talking how bogs were hydrologically connected when they went into the courts last week, and when there was scientific evidence to show that to go with their tail between their legs. They said something, but they had no backup of what was required. So, like, they need to have their facts right, but definitely, I think everyone in here would be in favour of getting better quality water. But there are things, you know, the government need to do, and I'm not giving out. What I'm saying is, we need to solve that registering to help the quality of water. And I think that if people put up their hand and say, my septic tank isn't working right, there's no help for them there this minute. Well, if someone puts up their hand and says, my septic tank isn't working right, they should get the grant and get it done. Because what are you doing? Overall, you're doing good for your country. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy.